Now I'm back talking about essential oils for part 2 of the scalp care video. So essential oils, they're basically concentrated oils. So you have like lavender, cinnamon, peppermint, lemon, lemongrass, orange, tangerine, jasmine, geranium, sandalwood, and like a whole bunch of other ones. But they're basically, they come in like about this size, and like they cost like, depending on the actual oil, they can cost anywhere from $6.99 to like probably probably $12. Because like it depends on a certain oil. So like if it's lavender oil does not cost as much as like probably like I don't know, maybe jasmine oil or something like that, because lavender is more in, I guess, is like, the actual extraction process may be easier for the lavender plant than it is for the jasmine plant. It may take more work to get it from the jasmine plant than the lavender plant. So yeah. But basically, essential oils, you cannot use that oil by itself onto your scalp. That will mess up the pH balance of your scalp and cause your hair to fall out. So essential oils have to be mixed with a carrier oil. So like olive oil, coconut oil, Jamaican black castor oil, regular cold pressed castor oil, argan oil, jojoba oil, whatever oil. But it has to be mixed with a carrier oil, and not just like, take lavender oil and mix it with, peppermint essential oil. That doesn't work. That just made the like that concoction, if you try to put that on your scalp, that's terrible. Don't do that, because I already said, you can't use regular essential oils on your hair by itself. So combining it with another essential oil just makes it worse to use on your hair. So yeah, so you have to mix it with the carrier oil. And lavender oil has been known to help promote hair growth and stimulate your scalp. Peppermint oil helps to clarify your scalp and make it feel like, lively and invigorating and open up your pores. Rosemary oil revitalizes your scalp and helps with hair growth. Cinnamon oil does the same thing. It helps to revitalize your scalp. Geranium oil is a very conditioning essential oil, and it helps with hair growth as well, and the actual like health and shine and beauty of your hair. I didn't research too much about jasmine essential oil or anything like that, but you guys can go and do that. I have eucalyptus essential oil. Hold on a minute. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, rosemary essential oil, I use that a lot. It helps with stimulating your hair, revitalizing your hair and your scalp. And it's just, in my family's culture, we're Panamanian and Jamaican, but mainly, Panamanian because we have Jamaican ancestry, so that was like way down the line. But yeah, so in the culture, like when to help keep the hair healthy and nice and shiny, they would rinse their hair with rosemary water, and rosemary oil, rosemary water, whatever, it doesn't matter, it helps your hair a lot, and it helps to strengthen your hair as well. So yeah, and I have eucalyptus essential oil. I think that's where I stopped off before I paused this. But yeah, and it smells very mentholy, and it helps to it revitalizes your scalp. When you have eucalyptus oil, you mix it with olive oil and the other carrier oil, and you go and you put that on your scalp will feel like it's like open, like it's alive, like it's breathing. And that's what I really like about eucalyptus, peppermint, and rosemary essential oil. It makes your scalp feel alive, like it's breathing. Lavender oil, geranium, and lemon essential oil. I don't have lemongrass, but I use products that have lemongrass essential oil in it, and it smells good. But yeah, so geranium, lavender, and lemon, they mainly work to like soothe your scalp and stimulate growth and like make your scalp, I know it sounds weird, but make your scalp beautiful. But yeah. So yeah, and then, so with the essential oils, mix it with the carrier oil. Do not try to use it by itself, because you will be sorry. And then with pomades, I already said that, but I do recommend pomades because pomades are humectants. They help to pull moisture to your hair, and so you put in moisture to your scalp as well to keep your scalp nice and fresh. And yeah. And then treatments are actually for your scalp, hot oil treatments. So you take an oil, put it in an applicator bottle that will not melt, and probably you can take a cup of water, warm it up in the microwave, and then place the applicator bottle in there. And it's important that the applicator bottle cannot melt, because if it melts, then you're wasting your oil and your time. So yeah, and then you just take that and make sure the oil is not too piping hot, and you put it on your scalp. Because if the oil is too hot, you end up doing damage to your scalp and getting, like, burns and, those little hair bumps and all that, and you don't need that. Nobody needs that. But yeah. And then another treatment too is taking olive oil and mixing it with honey and putting on your scalp. It helps to condition and nourish your scalp. Coconut milk mixed with coconut milk mixed with either cold pressed castor oil, Jamaican black castor oil, or olive oil. You put that on your scalp. That helps to condition your scalp as well. So those two treatments, the honey and olive oil and the coconut milk and white castor oil, black castor oil, or olive oil, it helps to condition your scalp. And you do need to condition your scalp. And like when you're buying products, make sure you're buying products that not only can help style your hair and work good for your hair, make sure that they work good for your scalp as well. That's why I'm starting to use just like specifically Carol's Daughter's products, because the Healthy Hair Butter and the Marguerite's Magic and the Mimosa Hair Honey, you can use that on your hair and your scalp. So the Marguerite's Magic and Healthy Hair Butter hairdressers are good for your scalp as well, because they have beneficial ingredients that help your scalp, like soybean oil, wheat germ oil, and then it has the cocoa butter and the shea butter. And you can use cocoa butter and shea butter on your scalp as well, but I wouldn't use it in like excess, because after a while the oil does, it's like when you warm it up, and even when you warm it up in your hand and it becomes an oil, when you put it on your scalp, it can like solidify depending on where you're like going. Like if you go outside and it's hot, it'll start to melt and it could run down your head, so I wouldn't do that excessively. And then if you're going from outside into, like, I know my classroom buildings are kind of like, the actual classrooms are kind of cold, and so it will solidify again, and that could actually cause buildup on your scalp and cause block your actual hair's pores. So if you're going to use shea butter, make sure you're not using it, or shea butter or any butter, mango butter, cocoa butter, ucuba butter, avocado butter, aloe vera butter, whatever. Make sure you're not using it in too much of excess, because they will block your pores. So yeah. So pick products that not only help to style your hair and benefit your hair, make sure you pick products that benefit your scalp as well. So yeah. And then another thing too, if you're using an oil like coconut oil on your hair and your scalp, do not use it in excess, because that oil is a really, really tricky oil. Same thing with like what I was saying with the butters. Like if you go outside, it'll melt, and when you go in a colder climate room, it'll solidify again. Coconut oil, if you use too much of it on your scalp, it will run down your face if you go outside and it's hot. It's no maybe, it's a for sure. And if you go into a colder climate room, it will solidify and your hair will get hard and crunchy. Because it's just like with the organic coconut oil, how it comes hard like that. That's because they keep it in a tempered climate so that it can stay solidified. If they kept it in a warmer climate, then it will be an oil. But yeah, so yeah, if you're going to use coconut oil, be careful, because it will solidify on your hair. Coconut oil and butters. Because I had that experience with mango butter. I put it on my hair in excess, and went outside, it started to melt. It got on my toes and everything like that. And then I went inside the classroom and it solidified and my hair was hard. So no, be careful with that. So yeah, and then with scalp care, I do recommend that you do stimulate your scalp. Rub your scalp. Use the inversion method, or just sit there and rub your scalp for 4 minutes. It does help, and then it does help, especially too, not only every day before you go to sleep or before you style your hair or whatever. It does help before you go and wash your hair, so that the scalp pores open, so that you can help when you go and wash your hair with a shampoo, co-wash, purification mask, ACV rinse, bentonite clay, whatever. It opens up the pores so that you can get all that dirt and grime off of your hair and out of your pores as well. So yeah, and deep condition. When you're deep conditioning your hair, make sure you're deep conditioning with some type of heat, because that helps to stimulate your scalp as well. So like, even if it's just your natural body heat, put on a conditioning cap or a regular shower cap, or a grocery bag, and then walk around your house, do some stuff for like an hour or two. That helps your scalp as well. And that's another thing too. If you really you really need to condition your scalp, use coconut oil or avocado oil, because avocado oil is a good conditioning oil. take either one of those oils, or you can mix them and put it on your scalp, and then do the greenhouse method, which is you basically put a conditioning cap, shower cap, grocery bag on your head, and then tie it up with your satin scarf or your bonnet, and then you go to sleep and you wake up, and then you take it off, and then your hair is like it'll be damp because it has your body heat keeping it moist. And that's the main thing with the greenhouse effect, how in the actual greenhouse, how the precipitation is like formed from the plants themselves. So it's basically constantly, when you have the shower cap on your head, that whole thing that's going on in the greenhouse is happening underneath the cap. That's why it's called the greenhouse effect. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, the TV's distracting me. But yeah. So you can do that too, and it helps condition your hair and your scalp. But do not overdo it unless you're going to plan. If you overdo it, like you have to saturate your hair with an oil, I hope that you're going to wash your hair the next day. But if you're not planning on doing that, then do not saturate your hair with the oil. Yeah, because then you'll be stuck. But you do want to twist up your hair or braid your hair so that your hair will be stretched, and let you need to use a blow dryer or diffuser or something to help dry your hair fast, especially like if you have class like me and you're getting up to go to class. You do need your hair to dry fast because you don't want your hair too wet going outside, because that yeah, don't want to catch a cold or anything like that. But yeah, so that's basically it. All I have for scalp care. If you have like actual like terrible like scalp conditions, like you have sores or I don't know, is it psoriasis or something like that? I don't exactly remember, but like actual like hereditary medical conditions that are affecting your scalp, I would advise you to go to a physician before you try any of the things that I have said, so that they can tell you what you need to do for your scalp. They may have to prescribe you a certain type of medication for you to use on your scalp. Because I did have a problem with my scalp at one point in time where I did used to get big sores that used to come up on my scalp. But I got the medication for it, and that took care of it, and I haven't had that problem since. But yeah, so this is basically it with scalp care. If I missed out anything, or if you guys want to know anything else, you could comment below, or you could comment on Instagram, or DM us on Instagram, or email us at thenaturalhairgurus@yahoo.com. So like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and follow us on Instagram not at the Natural Hair Gurus, but at Natural Hair Guru. So yeah, bye you guys.